guys, it's Luke with Motor Minds, and today I'm here with my friend Daniel from Virginia Tech.
What's up, guys?
We are driving down to Asheville, North Carolina to pick up his car. He bought his very first car recently.
And it is a BMW 535 IS from 1987.
Yes, this thing has done, what, 223,000 miles?
Something like that, with 140 or so on 140,000
on
the engine and tranny, and obviously new hoses, new clutch, new everything about 40,000 miles ago. So I am stoked. It should be mechanically perfect. Fingers crossed.
In theory. He bought it sight unseen, so we have yet to experience the car, but we're driving down in the Porsche. It's going to be like 1,000 miles round trip roughly, I think. And we're doing it on 100% back roads. We don't take this thing on highways. We keep it on the back roads. We got to see the U.S., hit up some awesome curvy roads, and truly enjoy this trip. I'm beyond excited. His car is going to be epic. We got to tell the viewers all about it.
Yeah, so it was actually swapped with the European version with a higher horsepower and compression ratio.
Yeah, it's 210 horse, right?
210 horse, 230 pound-feet of torque. Full stainless steel Billy Boat exhaust.
Yes, I'm beyond excited to hear that. I didn't even know the exhaust was a thing until yesterday.
Yep. Yeah, so the engine code from the BMW is the M30B34, which is more or less legendary for being absolutely indestructible, especially paired up with that old Getrag 5-speed. So fingers crossed nothing goes wrong. Should be a hoot to drive. Yeah,
we're gonna camp down there in Asheville tonight and convoy back tomorrow, both cars. That's gonna be pretty ridiculous. His car has one issue that we're gonna have to square away before we leave. His temperature gauge doesn't work because the SI circuit batteries are apparently fried or something.
According to the seller. So who knows, we might just stop by an AutoZone and
we'll probably get a generic temp gauge and just wire it directly to a temp gauge sender. If that's possible, we'll have to look into it once we see the car.
And if not, well, then we'll just go roadkill style with a bunch of coolant in the trunk.
Exactly. Yeah, I have everything I need to make sure this. I've done everything on this car so far, as I've told you guys millions of times, which means something's probably going to break. But I have a whole thing of oil in the back, whole thing of coolant, whole thing of tranny fluid, and that's not for the transmission, it's for the power steering, because for those of you that don't know, the 944 actually uses ATF in its power steering system because regular power steering fluid's too viscous. But no, I think we're in good shape. I checked all the levels after driving. He lives in Newmarket, which is about 2 hours from my house. So I drove it down there, and the car ran great. All fluids were good. We did have a minor mishap. One of the clips on my sunroof fell off, and I don't know, it just vanished in midair, as parts you need tend to do. But we just shoved a piece of plastic in there to kind of hold it down so it doesn't flap around in the wind.
And it's working.
Yes. See, that he's an engineer. I was just like, Daniel, take care of this issue for me, and he just hopped in, fixed it, no problem, easy peasy. So yeah, if anything goes wrong, we got
hire an engineer, a real one, not an engineering student.
Okay, guys, we are now just about to enter Floyd, Virginia. This is Southern Virginia, South of Roanoke. We've been on the road since what? We left at like 10, something like that from Starbucks.
So, yeah.
About 10 from Starbucks after we.
Well, no, I'd say a little later, 10:30, 11. 10:30,
11 from Starbucks, because he sold off his guitar to have enough money to buy the BM, because his priorities are in order, as we all know. But yeah, so I apologize for the wind noise. We are boiling in here. I don't have AC. The blower fan works, but that only does so much.
So how's your experience been with the public's reaction to a classic Porsche, especially when they see like a young guy driving it?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of different ways that's gone. I remember when I first got the car back in September, and the thing looked like a pile. Man, when I first brought that thing down to Tech, it was kind of funny. The first reaction I ever got to it was I was driving down Washington Street by all the halls, like, ooh, that's nice. Okay, minor annoyance. We saw a nice car, so a little interruption there. But yeah, so I was driving down Washington Street where all the dorms are, and like a group of 5 girls literally looked at me like, "Oh, I love your car. That's so sick." And that was like the second day I had it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm totally gonna be pulling babes in this thing." But
that makes sense.
Well, no, I mean, girls are into it, but you're mainly, and I mean, a lot of people probably know this.
Doug DeMuro would disagree with his.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Ferrari,
like, you're mainly gonna attract car guys, and to be honest, that's part of the fun. Like, I'll drive by whenever you see another Porsche owner or a sports car owner, you always get acknowledged from it. It's really gratifying, and especially going to Cars and Coffees and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And when you get people that are really into the car and talking about it, especially with all the work I've done on the car, it's just awesome to be able to share that experience and just really get
people smile.
Yeah, and getting a cool conversation about it. And like, I love sharing the car with others. Like, it's just as much fun for me to see other people get behind the wheel and enjoy it and talk about it and all that. Like, it's so gratifying. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine. Message in a bottle, yeah. Message in a bottle. My garage is basically turned into a workshop. Oh, I didn't tell you. I mounted my old antique plates on the wall in the garage.
Nice.
I have a nice Pontiac servicing. My parents are the messiest people ever to walk the face of planet Earth. So our garage was basically a collection for random that we haven't touched in about 14 years. So I literally we got a U-Haul pickup truck and filled it up with 2 boatloads of crap, dumped it all off at Goodwill, and I organized the entire workbench. So now the garage is an awesome place to go in there and get down and dirty with your car.
This is my first time hearing this, so I'm definitely gonna have to drive up to Nova.
I finished it up a couple weeks ago. I've heard a lot about these cars going to 300 plus, which is good. I've also...
I mean, obviously, the interwebs is full of BS.
Of course. Oh, yeah. I was reading one rando forum. One guy's like, yeah, I wouldn't go more than 100,000 miles without a full engine rebuild. I'm like, what are you talking about? 100,000 miles and then rebuild the whole engine? That's BS. I'm not doing that.
2014 car.
Jeez, like, that's ridiculous. I would never do that. I'll probably get it rebuilt in like 5 years. Get it rebuilt as in like, I'll rebuild it.
Yeah.
Like, so we just entered North Carolina, guys. We are on Route 16 heading southwest, and Daniel's now taking the wheel of the Porsche. I figured it'd be a good time for him to get seasoned with some stick shift before he gets in the BM. And of course, he has to experience the Porsche on some of these epic back roads. Guys, I've never smiled so long, like straight. This has been epic.
Thanks.
This has been so much fun. You're just on these back roads the whole time, just sweepers, just blasting through a nice music, nice summer day.
Nice sweaty summer day.
Yeah, we don't have AC, but I mean, when the windows are down, it's fine. It's just when we have to talk to you guys. I mean, God.
Thanks.
You guys are killing me. But yeah, no, it's pretty hot in here. But basically, we're about 3.5 hours out, if not less.
Less, probably.
The main plan was, the way we're doing this is he has temporary vehicle transfer permits. I think
it's called
what are they called?
3-day
travel permits or something.
Something like that.
So basically, since he's buying the car in North Carolina, he needs to be able to get it back to Virginia and then register it there. So the plan was to just pick the car up tomorrow and then just fool around and head home. But if we get there early enough, we might go ahead and just get the car tonight if possible. So we're gonna play that by ear, see how that goes. We are beyond excited. We are now on Highway 220 something.
221.
221. That 194 we were on was absolutely epic. One of the best driving roads I've ever been on, and that's not a joke.
Brand new tarmac.
Yes. Centerline time, which means it's time for Apex domination, baby. the North Carolina mountains by Boone, North Carolina, and I am properly hustling this thing right now through some back roads, and I'm just having way too much fun, guys. We're, what, 2 hours away from Asheville? Something like that?
Give or take.
Yeah, we can't check the GPS because we're talking to you guys. I understand why this car was named the best handling car in the whole world when it came out, because nothing's more fun than this. Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of power, but the sound is amazing, the handling is spot on, and the smile on my face says it all. This is just beyond fun right now. I'm just hustling this thing through these turns. Does life get any better? I don't think it does. Nope. I really don't think it can get much better than this. Okay, oh, yeah. Last night was rough. God,
agreed.
We were driving, so long story short, our GPS freaking lost signal on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Yeah, oh man. So we overshot that by like 10 miles. And then we lost signal, and we just pulled over on the side of the road. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere until we figure out what we're doing. And then we were looking around, and we couldn't find anywhere to camp. And then finally we found this place. We get here, we set up the tents, and I realized that we were massive idiots because, look at this blanket. It has holes in it. And this is what we decided was appropriate to bring. And we're like 5,000 feet in the air.
Speed holes.
She literally just like 50 miles an hour down the road, just going like that.
Well, you know those. Have you seen that picture of that Ricer Civic guy with his like Momo steering wheel, quick release hub, and he's literally cruising along the highway with his arm out the window and his steering wheel in his hand with his arm out the window. Like, he was literally just using the hub adapter.
I've seen people, one guy, you know those like adjustable grip wrenches where you can like adjust where they lock down? I've seen people, they pop the wheel off and then use that to grip onto the splines of the actual steering rack.
Don't be stupid, don't do that.
I mean, not steering rack, but you know what I mean. Don't do what I did. When I was trying to fit the steering wheel, I literally went to a parking lot, and because I mean I just have a problem with doing things the appropriate way the first time. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm not gonna mark the orientation when I remove the wheel. Screw that. I'm just gonna guesstimate. So I'm literally driving around this parking lot with my steering wheel unbolted. So I'm just driving along. It's like, is this dead center? Nah. Pop it off, put it back on while the car's in motion, and just keep going like that. And of course, since
I never heard the story, so
yeah, I actually never really told that to anyone. But yeah,
can't blame you. We may not put this in B-roll.
I don't know. I mean, it's not that bad. And then I went right into an advanced auto parts store. I was like, yo, so you drive around in the Porsche in the parking lot? I was like, yeah, I was just trying to realign my steering. The guy just laughed. But yeah, basically now, we're meeting the guy who's selling the BM in an hour. Oh, man. I completely forgot that we're even getting the car. And now I'm stupid excited. Let's do this.
Yeah, so am I.
Let's pick up another German piece of machinery.
German pile. Hopefully it's not.
Driving home in 2 German piles. But yeah,
we're both tired. We both need caffeine.
I'm exhausted.
We both need sleep. We're gonna get home to my home and just absolutely knock early tonight. And
I don't think we're gonna be getting there until before 9.
Yeah, I don't know.
But hey, we're saying that now. Once we have some caffeine in our
challenge accepted.
Once we get some caffeine in our systems, the spirit of the adventure will be reinvigorated in our veins. That was a really shitty line. Okay, so we're now 2 minutes away from the destination. Here we are, just cruising through the outskirts of Asheville. Yeah. What are your emotions right now?
Just want to get there. I'm still not awake, guys. I'm not a morning person, especially when I get 3 hours of sleep. But I'm stoked. I'll be stoked once I get in the car, once I see it. So I'm kind of losing my voice just from yelling over the wind noise yesterday. But yeah, this is gonna be good.
Check this thing
hang out.
So hey guys, it is Saturday morning. Actually, it's not morning anymore, it's in the afternoon. We picked up the car this morning. Oh my god, was that an experience or what? That was super exciting to finally see the BMW in person. But yeah, it was a rough night last night. It was pretty cold, we didn't have the appropriate gear, but we rolled out of our tent, hit the road pretty early, got the car, and now we are just heading north in North Carolina, just kind of chilling with it. Daniel's behind me, he's been following me in the BMW. God, does that thing look good. Oh my god, the center exhaust, it just sounds so great. The car is so retro and I really, really love it. And I can see him in my rearview mirror now. I wonder how much he's sweating in there. It's a hot day down here in North Carolina and neither of us have AC. Luckily, I actually have my blower fan that works. He doesn't have that either, so he is stuck 100% with windows down only. So yeah, that's pretty much life right now. I will say I miss having a co-pilot though. It's getting a little boring in here just listening to music. But as soon as I find some nice twisties, that will change. Hey guys, we join you from P5 at Virginia Tech. We left Asheville yesterday. We got the car. Yeah. Everything ran smoothly. We decided not to drive all the way back home yesterday. We wanted to enjoy the back roads and camp another night. So we drove a bit, camped on the new river. We didn't really inform you guys on that much just because we were too busy enjoying the new car. Well, Daniel was, and of course me just following in the back roads. It was way too much fun. But, so we left this morning, drove to Tech, got some breakfast, and now, as you can see over there, the car's parked, and the hoods are up because Daniel's car overheated. Well, actually, we don't know if it overheated. It just started leaking coolant.
It spewed coolant.
Yeah, we were driving it around the lot getting some drive-by shots, and then when we parked it, it literally just started a whole river of green coming out from under the car. And what we think it is the previous owner, he had to bypass the heater core because the heater core started to leak. And where the heater control valve is, he took two coolant lines that would have gone in, one in and one out of the heater control valve, and just hose clamped them together. And since the lines are pretty long, he had to bend them to get them to hose clamp together.
And there's a big kink.
Yeah, it's a pretty big kink. So I think that's causing a excess buildup of pressure in the system, which is why it just spewed its guts out. So we're gonna let it cool, go to Advanced Auto, get another hose and drain the system, route that hose, and then refill, and we should be on our way without any issues.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Hey, it's all part of the adventure. It's roadkill. But yeah, we will inform you more from the road. So we just drained the coolant down here. Maybe like half a gallon came out, so we definitely lost a lot. Right now, Daniel's working on undoing the bypass here, undoing those lines from that T-junction.
Right.
That should be able to back that out.
Yeah, so I bought a $18 pair of scissors, essentially, but totally they are necessary. The last pair of scissors I will ever need, hopefully, because these things are thick with 4 or 5 C's. Thick.
Now
it's a little oblique.
Yep.
Let's get this first bloodshed.
Yes.
Yes.
He has bled over his card.
So I engineered a solution to the problem, which was this brand new what would you call this?
It's just
this
a
thing,
fluid collection reservoir thing.
This thing had plastic like that right over there. It's bring it over. Show the viewers.
Yeah.
This got in my cooler reservoir.
Coolant reservoir, yeah. And you don't want that in your water pump. No.
Yeah. So
Good way to fuck
this,
that up.
and that's from that. So I got this from this, our food cooler, which is my mom's, and I'm pretty sure if I just clean this up later, she won't even notice, which is great. So yeah, we're just gonna use that and
yeah,
filter.
Hold her down, and I'll fill her up.
I'd laugh if nothing came out anymore. Oh, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think that's not in the system. And this point is just what 2 or 3 days old.
So we just finished buttoning everything up here. I think we're in good shape. Car just started, coolant's full. We have an appropriate heater core bypass, and I think we're gonna go. Do we have leakage? Nope, nothing. We're good.